Desert Financial Credit Union is located at 300 North Beeline Highway, inside Walmart, and their number is 602-433-7000.
And a big thank you to Desert Financial Credit Union for sponsoring our KRIM Community Spotlight program. Good morning, Rim Country. Chris Higgins in the studio. Hope you're having a great Tuesday morning. And today we are going to be talking about the RVN3 Softball Tournament that's happening this Saturday. So great time out in Rumsey Park, and a great organization and great cause. So if you do not know about the RVN3, that organization, you'll learn more about that today, and the softball tournament. In the studio to talk about the tournament, Kevin Qualm. How are you doing, Kevin?
Good. Thanks for having us, Chris.
You're so welcome. Yeah.
We're very excited. This is our second annual Grip It and Rip It, softball tournament, right. Slow pitch, co-ed. Mm-hmm. Last year we had a great success with it for doing it for the first year. You know, we learned a lot.
Yeah.
It went smoothly and had a lot of fun doing it. And this year it's exploded.
Yes.
Like, we started, you know, getting things together again. I think we started reaching out to teams, you know, last year in like mid-April or so, and we were full pretty much mid-May. Like, we had, you know, all the slots filled. Last year we had a 14-team tournament. This year we're doing 16 teams because we had more interest. Several returning teams from last year, which is always good. So that means they were, you know, satisfied with everything and how it went, had a good time. It's still going to be just a one day like it was last year. We just, you know, have a couple extra games at the third field. Games start at 7 a.m.
Wow,
so
nice early start.
bright and early, but we have to do that just to, you know, to get it done for the day. And but yeah, we're really looking forward to it. We've got more sponsors this year. Forest Properties is the title sponsor.
Okay.
With again, like you mentioned, all proceeds are going to go into RVN3 Foundation. But yeah, Forest Properties is the title sponsor this year. We've got Integra Homes and Land. They are going to sponsor the Home Run Derby again.
Okay.
And then they also present a brand new bat, so, you know, one of the best softball bats, you know, to the winner of that derby. So, and that went well. That was fun last year too. We had a lot of people enter that. We're also doing a beer garden this year. That's new.
Yeah.
And that's being presented by Mucks and Candles.
Oh, very cool.
So they stepped up. They are providing everything for that. That's going to be going, I believe that starts probably around 11 a.m. Don't want to get that started too early.
Yeah, no.
So, and we're
not going at 7?
No, beer garden is not open at 7 a.m. But yes, we'll have that going for most of the afternoon, you know, late morning. So that was huge. That's a big new addition this year. And yeah, we're extremely excited. National Bank of Arizona is sponsoring or providing all the softballs for the tournament, which is huge. That was one thing last year that you just, you know, you don't think about. It's like, oh yeah, I'll just, you know, bring a couple softballs out there and everything's fine.
Quite a few.
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I mean, everything went really smoothly last year for being the first time, and this year the setup, getting all the teams booked, I mean, has gone really well, and everyone's been awesome. And you know, we've got Shane here, working with us a lot this year too with the RVN3. He can talk a little bit more about, you know, what they do and, you know, and everything as well.
Yeah. So yeah, Shane, welcome.
Chris, how's it going?
Going great. How are you?
Good, good.
So RVN3, there might be some people listening, watching that have not heard of the organization and don't know what RVN3 does. So how about you let everyone know?
Yeah, I've been a part of RVN3 since the start, and we're a local organization. 100% of the proceeds or 100% of the nonprofit donations stay here in town, and we serve the underprivileged youth of Payson, and any extracurricular they want to get involved in. And so it started, I would say, primarily that leans towards sports, and that comes to, you know, may that be sports fees, may that be equipment, may that be travel costs, may that be, but it also branches out into, it could be drama, it could be theater, it could be 4-H, it could be anything that the youth in Payson that may not be able to afford to do an extracurricular activity, they can come to the RVN3 Foundation for support. Now we've done big projects like we partnered with a couple of the other nonprofits here in town and redone some of the facilities at the high school and different things like that, but most of it goes to individual students and individual kids who want to be involved.
I know one of those big projects was the floor in the old gym, the Longhorn Gym.
Yeah.
And that is there on the high school campus, and that was an amazing project.
Yeah, you're talking, now again, that's the thing I absolutely love about this community. You're bringing MHA, MSA, and RVN3, all three foundations together to get that project done, and raised over $25,000 to do that floor. And
wow.
so it's just a beautiful thing to see different nonprofits come together with different different purposes come together and support the kids of this community.
No, that is, it is great to see. And we see so many examples of that in our community. It's wonderful. Don't want to get too far off of the softball tournament, but want to just mention one of the other tournaments RVN3 does that, oh my goodness, it is a real big tournament, the golf tournament each year. And that just happened not that long ago. And that was a huge success, wasn't it?
That's always our biggest event of the year is the RVN3 golf tournament. This year we actually had the opportunity to do it out at the Chaparral Pines golf course. And prior to that we were doing it at the Payson golf course. But they wanted to host us. They provided us an opportunity that was cost effective, and they were absolutely wonderful while we were there, and helped us run an amazing event. We had another record-setting fundraiser to where we were able to top previous years, and so yeah, it went off without a hitch. It was wonderful, and this is kind of transitioning to the softball tournament. This is the second year that RVN3 will be involved. Last year we kind of came in at the tail end, and this year I feel like we cleaned up a lot of making sure that it was brought RVN3, I think, more into the fold.
Gotcha.
And it's been an absolute pleasure to work with the team, Dallin and Kevin, and we're super excited for number 2.
It is
and
great.
that's too, I need to make sure we give credit to Dallin Haas. He was, me and him partnered on this last year. Dallin's with Farmers Insurance here locally. He was unable to make it today, but without him, this wouldn't have gotten started. And last year, like I said, we killed it. It was great. And then this year, even more. And then now with RVN3, even more behind it. And we're really looking forward to it for years to come too. And I think early projections right now, we're looking at probably tripling the amount of money that we raised last year. So that's huge.
It is great, and again, just looking on the RVN3 website, if you want more information on the RVN3 organization, RVN3.org. Very simple, and I love what it says, using sports to promote education in the RIM country, but as you stated, Shane, not just sports, but just those extracurricular activities. So, and that was one of the things I remember, listening to Dickie and Marty, talk about it, where sports, is a big thing for a lot of kids. And those extracurricular activities, because to participate in them, you need to maintain certain grades, you need to be doing well in school, and that's motivation.
100%. There is a plethora of statistics out there that show that extracurricular involvement and what that does for the development of the youth. And so, and may that be keeping them on track, away from trouble, or may that be just developing skill sets for business and future business owners. But yeah, I would say one other piece that I'd add about the foundation is that our entire staff is 100% volunteer, so there's nobody paid on the RVN3 Foundation from a perspective of a board member or from a perspective of running it. And it's important to know that. And it's important for any foundation that you're going to get involved with or donate to, is how much money is truly getting back to the youth or getting back to the cause that foundation exists for. And so I just add that as a piece that everyone that is involved with RVN3 is there purely to give back. And truly 100% of the proceeds that come in go back out to the youth.
That is great, and right here, locally. That's the other component, you know, when you're looking at nonprofits, different organizations. We have so many wonderful organizations here in town that provide just critical roles, you know, in the community. Talking to someone the other day, and you know, we were asked this question: what would the community look like without the nonprofits that we have in this town? It would look a lot different. A lot different. You talk about activities that go on, support for our young people, all the way from children, you know, new beginnings, children, to our elderly senior center. I mean, it's just a huge impact that nonprofits have. And I think our community and members in the community and business owners realize that, and that's why they're so gracious and so giving when it comes to the events and nonprofits.
And another shout out to another local business owner, Daniel Putters. He's a local insurance agent here too. His nonprofit team, I can't remember, do you know the name, remember the name of his?
It's Northern Gila County.
Oh,
yeah,
with
Foster.
Foster.
Yes,
Children.
he is for doing the concessions this year, and using that nonprofit for that money for that part of it too. So, so we have him coming in. He stepped up big. So like providing all the food and all that. And then the good old Kona ice truck will be there as well.
All right, Jade. Hey, the Kona,
Yeah.
Kona ice. I know she was at our splash pad ribbon cutting, the opening ceremony there, and it was kids were loving it.
Yeah.
Kids love it.
Yeah.
And she's out at so many events, Little League opening day, everywhere. So it's good.
My kiddos were at the splash pad yesterday. They said it's absolutely awesome.
There we go. They're enjoying that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be packed for the
I-
first few.
Yeah.
Taking a while to get.
I enjoyed it too myself because it was hot. So Brett Flaherty, he was pulling everyone in there. He's like, come on, he's in his jeans and boots.
Yeah, speaking of heat, it's going to be a warm one this Saturday for the Terrace, so bring a lot of water.
A lot of water, and hey, having Kona ice out there is perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Something you mentioned, Shane, and if you're just tuning in or just started watching on our KRIM Radio Facebook page, talking with Shane Keith with RVN3 and Kevin Quam, and they're talking about, and they put together along with Dallin Hawes the RVN3 Softball Tournament. And something, again, you mentioned, Keith, the collaboration, like when we talked about the floor that was done in the Longhorn Gym, coming together with other nonprofits. That's so important, isn't it? I mean, just to get things done, and I mean, what it creates, just those relationships in a community, very important.
It's significant, and I would say that, that we just mentioned one of the projects. It was not 2 months before that, the wrestling mats needed to be completely replaced, and MHA, MSA, and RVN3 came together for that project as well. But even to this, it's a nonprofit. It's nonprofit collaboration, but it's also business owner collaboration in lots of different ways. These business owners here in town have the right mindset, and there's lots of nonprofits in town. They give to lots of nonprofits, and they're all necessary in their own causes. But even for this softball tournament that we're getting ready to put on this Saturday, we have Daniel Butters and his nonprofit running the concessions. We have Mux running the beer garden, and so we have multiple different entities involved coming together for the cause.
Got Chris out there playing some music.
Yeah, we're going to be playing music out there. I know it was a good time, just a great time last year. Great atmosphere. People coming together, and tell you what, the RVN3 events always that just a great atmosphere. So many people coming together that care about the community. And just having a great time. Having a great time.
I mentioned too, the town of Payson has been awesome to work with, getting the fields ready, organizing with them. We had a few meetings that totally supportive of everything too, which is, you need that, to get something like this going. So they've been great.
That is good to hear. I know Parks and Rec, can't
Justin.
say enough good things about our town of Payson Parks and Rec crew or their team right now. Just doing amazing things with all the events, facilities. there's so many things happening in this town. That's where I encourage people, get out, get involved. There's so many great nonprofits to get involved in. But get out to the event, see what's happening in town, and there's always so much going on. So, I mean, we have the softball tournament happening this Saturday.
Yep.
You said games start at 7
7
a.m.
a.m.
in the morning.
Yep.
That's in Rumsey Park,
Yep.
Green Valley Park. There's a Friday night movie in the park, Captain America, showing on the big movie screen in Green Valley Park. Then concert in the park Saturday night. Just always something going on. So it's
Great community, great, always something going on.
It is. So you said, the tournament is filled up real quick, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, okay.
I'd say within like a month of us starting to reach out, I reached out to all the previous teams from the year prior. And within a few days, I was already getting responses and interest. And like I said, I think it was mid-May, we were full. And we had, originally it was like a 14-team tournament, now we've got 16. We had more teams, yeah, which is a nice problem. So we had to like remove the bracket a little bit. And, because the first part is a round robin. You play a couple games and then there's the seeding for the single elimination tournament in the afternoon. And that'll probably run until 9, I think, because I think last year got done around 8, so probably a little extra time. But we've got 3 fields and two of them are right next to each other, the one up the hill a little bit.
The Rumsey too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the home run derby is actually going to be down on the west field, I believe, or the last year it was up on the hill one, so it'll be down closer.
Okay.
The more people are at, and that was always a good time to watch the people crank up. We had some good hitters there last year.
Yeah.
I remember. I was like, whoa.
I know. There's some, people that can hit some bombs.
You had to do that general reminder, like, this is for charity, this is for fun. I know you're getting, the winning team gets jerseys, we have some custom jerseys made. And, so I know, but those competitive juices start flowing, like, doesn't matter what you're playing for, you're.
So how about the umps? Who do you have the guys umping coming out to ump? Because that's a pretty critical role right there.
Yeah, I think it's the same ones from last year. I can't remember the names offhand, but they were great and very, had a couple of issues, arguments, how it happens, but they were great. And again, they're out there working and on a hot day and helping us out. So
I think I remember one of the guys, I forget his name, from New York,
Yes.
Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Yes.
And had a Yankees fan.
What's
his
name?
Yeah, and you can't give that guy the business. He'll give it right back.
No, but that's important too, even though it is for charity and it's for fun, but at the same time you have to have experienced, umpires, and they were great
And I think Andy Strader, right, from National Bank,
Yes.
he umped, and he was like a lobster.
He got a little
lobster. He got fried.
That's right.
At the end of the day, he's just like all stiff. He's like, oh, I'm gonna be hurt.
I know.
Like, Andy, man.
Yeah, we were hoping for maybe a little cooler weather this year, but I mean you can't, obviously you don't want rain.
No.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, and hey, it's a heck of a lot better than down in the valley.
Right.
So,
Yes, exactly.
just bring the easy ups, have the easy up out there, get in the shade, and.
I know we're working on, I think, getting some tarps too for some of the bleacher areas.
The stands.
So that'll be a lot. I know we didn't have those last year.
Yeah,
To provide a little extra shade, but.
there you go.
That was a tip and trick we stole from the senior league. The senior league goes out there and plays, and they figured out a way to tie off just these really tarps covers, but it covers the entire stands.
Nice.
And so it gives it the entire stand shading.
Oh, that's great.
So that will be needed for sure. So,
And again, talking about the RVN3 Softball Tournament happening this Saturday. Games start at 7 a.m., but they'll be going all day long, probably until 9 o'clock that night. And so if you want to go out to Rumsey Park, check out some games. They'll be happening on the Diamondbacks fields that are down there in the bottom of the park, closer to the library. And then and Payson Parkway, the road right there, and then also field Rumsey 2 That's the middle field up there. Games going on there as well. Kona Ice will be out there. Do you have any other, food?
And Daniel Butters is
Daniel
handling
Butters doing
all
all
the
the
food.
concessions,
Yep.
doing the
So
food.
there's some good food. I think he's grilling. I think, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yep.
Grilling some food
Some
up.
great food. The beer garden.
Beer, that's right, Mucks.
Sierra
Mucks
Mucks will be out
cocktails.
there.
Yep. Great music.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun day. And,
Nice.
and just as a reminder, any money spent is going to a good cause.
Yep, RVN3, and if you want to check them out, again, the website is rvn3.org, and they're doing great things, have been doing great things for the youth in our community for many years now. And one of the things I do have to point out, whether it's the softball tournament, the golf tournament, I mean, there's always like waiting list. Teams,
Yeah.
want to be a part of it, and I think that is a testimony to how great an organization it is, RVN3, all the great things that the group does for the youth in our community, and the people that are out there, again, I mean, just a great group. I mean, you have a blast. You have a blast
Yeah,
when, you go to one of the events and people want to come back, and that's where you have the teams like, hey, we're in for next year. We're doing this
Yeah.
again.
I'm pretty sure we had people that reached out that we were already full.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's already happening.
Oh yeah, because I know the golf. How many? What,
Yeah, I think it's
30?
We typically run 34, technically 34 teams, leave 2 holes with just,
Yeah.
and it gives us some wiggle room, but we have had a waiting list on the golf tournament since we started it, so this is year 7. and,
Year 7.
you know,
Every year waiting list.
We've had a waiting list, and again, that group, if anyone ever drops out, some will drop out, like not be able to make the tournament,
Yeah.
but they'll still just pay to hold their spot.
Wow.
So
Oh
to
yeah.
make sure they don't lose it for the following year or the year after, so they'll
It's
just
like,
pay for
it's
the.
like season tickets.
Yeah,
You
I'm
gotta get on the waiting list.
Seriously, that's all.
You're passing out your kids.
Yeah,
The RVN3, and then
Oh, that's awesome.
I'll just preface that the RVN3 Foundation is unique, and we do have a strong culture and
Yeah,
the way that
yeah.
we celebrate events. And Chris, you've had your fair share of RVN3 events and get to
Yeah.
experience. It's a lot of fun. From a golf perspective, it's louder than a normal golf tournament. There's
Yeah.
music. There's a lot more excitement, in my opinion. This year, at when we hosted it at Chaparral Pines, we actually did a kind of a unique, we had someone that was willing to donate $20 for every pair of sleeves that were cut off a golf shirt. And so we raised over $3,200 just in that event for cutting golfers'
Something you'd
sleeves
never
off.
think.
Right,
Just-
right.
Yeah.
So it was just any RVN3 tournament event. We do 3 really each year now with the softball tournament,
Mhm.
the golf tournament, the softball tournament, and then we do what we call the Bubba Run. It
Yeah.
actually gets
Oh,
ran
yeah.
right here down
Saw
Main
that,
Street.
yeah.
This will be the 2nd annual one coming up,
Mhm.
which is another wonderful event. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, again, all the money goes back to here, to the community, and it goes back to the kids.
Yeah, I know. A couple of times now I've been out there with a crooked putter on a hole, and crooked putter, just a gnarly stick with a putter, duct taped on the end of it. And though this year, I don't know what got some of the participants more upset when I showed them the crooked putter, telling them they had to use that, or I was wearing an ASU shirt, and man, some of the guys. Oh, they could care less about the putter when they saw that shirt. Oh man, they were letting me have it.
I think there was a couple of college golf teams there that were not from ASU that saw that. So
the U of A guys, and the best line, and I had no comeback for it at all. And the guy said, "How can a college of like over 65,000 students not have one good team? They all suck." I'm like, what do you say to that? 'Cause right now it's like, that's kind of tough. That's a tough one, man. He went, boom, straight to the heart. I didn't think of wrestling.
Right,
Wrestling,
wrestling.
come on now. Wrestling, U of A, I don't even think, they don't even have wrestling. I don't know. They might, but
Yeah, I don't think
No.
so. Even ASU, I think, turned it into a club sport for a little while. I don't know
Yeah,
if
oh,
that-
they almost got
almost
rid of
got-
it.
Mhm.
Yeah, because of the balance, you know,
Mhm.
men's and women's programs and balancing, but the boosters and people,
They kept it.
they
Yeah.
stepped up and were like, how can you get rid of this tradition? So,
Seriously.
anyway, yeah, get off topic here.
That
But,
happens every time.
I know, but hey, it's a great opportunity to hang out Rumsey Park, watch some softball games, get some food from Daniel Butters, Kona Ice, and again, all that, the money, because I know those guys give a percentage, or it goes to RVN3, Kona Ice, wherever they are, whether they're at baseball, softball, high school, baseball or softball games, Little League games, any event they're at. If it's a fundraising event, they're giving back a percentage of their sales. Daniel Butters, probably doing the same, and then raising money for his nonprofit
Sure, yep.
that will help, with foster children, and that's a great cause.
Yeah, that's actually a story that needs a little spotlight on it anyways. Is that the reason why Daniel started that foundation, and is that I believe, and again, I think there's only 5 or 6 foster homes here in Payson
Yeah.
as of today. And so he's trying to raise awareness as well as, again, and get some more support so that kids can stay locally and not have to be located outside of Payson. So
Yeah, I
Very
remember, a presentation he and his wife gave, and you really don't think about that, but having to move. So you have a child that's taken out of their home, they're placed in the foster care system, they have their friends, their teachers, their coaches, people they're familiar with, their church, or, just the community they have. And then to have to leave this community and go somewhere else. So not only have they been, taken away or separated from their parents, and for good reasons,
Right.
but now they're out of their community as well. So if we can, and that's, Daniel and his wife Morgan, their mission to get more foster families here in Payson, so the children that have to go into the foster system can still stay in this community.
Exactly.
So that is an amazing cause
Yeah.
that they're tackling. And so, again, come out and grab a meal to help support them and
All
help
day.
support that cause.
Exactly.
So that's great. Hey, well, that's right at 10:30.
There you go.
guys. I know. It
Time
goes-
flies.
It's quick.
Goes quick, but just a great event, great cause. Again, the RVN3 Softball Tournament happening this Saturday. Games start at 7 a.m., but they'll be going all day long out there in Rumsey Park on the Diamondback fields and Field 2 up the hill a little bit. So, hey, it'll be a great day. A little warm, but hey, take your water out there. You got shade, and you can take an easy up, or the stands will be covered with tarps. So go out and enjoy the day.
Sounds good.
All right, well, thank you
Awesome.
guys.
Thank
for
you,
coming
Chris.
on.
Thank you.
Yep.
Hey, thank you everyone for listening and watching. Thank you to Desert Financial for sponsoring our spotlight. Time to get back to music with some Who, Cat Stevens, Deep Purple, and more. But first, let's get a quick update from the National Weather Service. See you guys. Oh, man.